Um, I was just making a short video, just check it out. Weekend, celebrate another week. Week, yes, we are celebrating life and liberty because you know what? That is something nobody can take away from us. They can't take away minds. They can't take away our consciousness, and they can't take our freedom. And overlooking the history, it's the best thing in the world to learn all kind of history, world history, because it makes you wonder. It gets you prepared for what can come. Because a lot of us ask, I wouldn't do that. That had happened. What you don't know what you do until it happens. But it can give you a sense of where you stand. Now, where you stand can also be exactly where you fall. And and it's been going on for thousands of years, ever since man was knew that they could control you by fear. And that's what's going on in this world. Fear. And I think about it when I look back and I'm at when I was younger. All that partying and having a good time, and you didn't being conditioned not to worry about it. History repeating itself. Enjoying those films and concerts and early bird specials and um, brunch and all that stuff. Where do the good times and the responsibility start and end? Do we supposed to just give up being happy and having a good time, celebrating, creating? Yeah, we should have never been celebrating, having a good time, building houses, and we have 400 years to make up. We didn't have no business partying, getting high. We should have been building a fortress. We should have been building a communication, a pipeline, a community. What we did, see, they can't burn it down no more because they got black judges now. You got people on the jury now, and you got black people with guns. So what they do now is they scare you to death. They scare you so bad that you just run into the wall yourself, or you terrorize each other, and kill each other. With all the stuff that's going on, this man didn't have nothing else to think about but killing his ex-wife. We have a terrorist in the White House, and you don't have nothing else to do but think about going to kill your wife at her job, terrorizing other people. The mindset, they've been working on our mindsets for a long time. I see that now. Because see, these people that's doing all this murdering and terrorizing and killing and all this stupid shit, they was raised by people that was raised by people that was lived in the projects, fifth grade education. I mean, it's not that long ago. My parents came from Mississippi with a fifth grade education. But see, back then they was able to get in those factories, barely could read, barely could write, but they was able to get in those factories. But the factories are gone now. They're gone. The ones that made us rich. And you know why they did it? Because they got greedy, and they started making undercut because they stupid. The people that have been running this country is nothing but just as stupid as everybody else. But they only have white skin. So they can get away with all this. And they got greedy, so they start sending the stuff overseas. And the people over there had their people working for cheap labor. Pitiful. It's a shame. It's just a downright shame. You had the people working in them sweatshops, all the terrible things that happen in places where it's not safe. So many people have died because working in places like that, not safe. And then people over here started losing their jobs, losing their homes. Kids start getting wayward. It's crazy how the governments do their people. Do people that, I don't know, some were elected and some just stole it. But it's time for us to prepare for civil war. Um, because it's about that time. You know, these people is bloodthirsty. And you could just look at the thing that's in the White House, them people, they want bloods, but they don't care if a terrorist come over here and blow out and run into some buildings or blow up something. It, you could tell, you can look at them and tell. They hate the fact they haven't killed enough people. And they are getting us conditioned. And it's a shame that right now I'm seeing this play out and what it could cost for my children, our children. I don't know what's going to happen, but it's going to happen. Like I always say, we need to just burn it all down and build back better. Build it back the way it's supposed to be before it got interrupted when those Caucasus mutants came out of the mountains and just brought their evilness and mass destruction weapons, their bloodthirstiness, and their inbreeding. Um, Because what I've learned studying history, black people was ruled the whole world. Everywhere you had black rulers. but we didn't have that. When you're the original, you have nothing but greatness and goodness in your heart. Because if you didn't, everything that come out of you would be evil. So it's time for us to start preparing ourselves and celebrating what we have to do, because it's time for someone in charge, because there's always going to have to be somebody in charge, because the world is too big and it's full of derelicts. Someone that's going to care about our children, to make sure they inherit a clean earth and um, and a better world. All kids. How can you lay in the bed, in your comfortable bed, eating your steak and rice, knowing there's kids around the world that's starving to death? Now you know how we is when we go 4 hours without a meal. You talking about kids that are going to sleep hungry, waking up hungry. All right, I gotta go. Thank you for listening. We gotta do better. Just prepare yourself for civil war. It's coming, and that means looking up and seeing how to prepare for war, and also to have all of your survival gear and everything. Make sure you have a passport. Make sure you have your license. Always have at least a half a tank of gas in your car. We have to do this. This is serious. You know, we ain't got time to be out there. Like my mother always said, don't cut off your nose to spite your face. Okay? And that means a lot. That means not going out there protesting, getting yourself killed, hurt, or in jail when you don't never know when the Civil War is going to start. And you don't want to be in jail. You have to be out here supporting your family and friends in your neighborhood. Thank you.